Good afternoon everyone. I am Kushi and I am going to talk about National Education Policy NEP. National Education Policy 2020-2020 NEP, a massive transformation in education through an education system roots in India that contribute directly to transforming India, that is Bharat, sustainable into a vibrant knowledge society by providing high quality education to all, thereby making India a global knowledge superpower. The NEP 2020 is found on a high guiding pillar of across quality, affordable and accountability. It will prepare our youth to meet a diverse national and global challenge.
Hey everyone, I am Chanakya. I am speaking of National Education Policy 2020. The National Education Policy stress on the core value and principle that education must develop not only the quantitative skill. The National Education Policy launched on July 29, 2020 replaced a long-standing education policy from 1986. NEP 2020 aims to achieve 100% growth enrollment ratio in school education by 2030. Benefits of NEP. NEP 2020 brings forth several positive impacts including enhanced flexibility, emphasis on skill development, integration of technology and multidisciplinary approach. Motto of NEP: Education, Increase and Enlighten. The main theme of NEP 2020. The NEP 2020 is founded on the 5 guiding pillars of access, equity, quality, affordability and accountability. NEP is a good or bad. NEP 2020 has the potential to really refine Indian education. NEP is important for students. The aim of NEP reduce the curriculum burden on students by emphasizing core concepts and essential learning outcomes. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Karthik. Today I am going to talk about National Education Policy NEP. NEP promotes holistic development of the students by focusing on their overall development and emotional, institutional and educational encouragement. And it also promotes flexible learning pathways by offering subjects to the students based on their interest and encouragement and not based on the syllabuses and etc. It also reduces curriculum burden on the students. NEP aims to reduce curriculum burden on students by emphasizing core concepts and essential learning outcomes. And the last and for all, it promotes the skill development of the students. As nowadays, skills are now considered superior to basic education. It does that by improving students' critical thinking and problem solving skills. It does that by making students do complex problems by promoting their creative thinking and ability to innovate.
I am Chanakya. Today I am talking about NEP 2020. Education is a fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing an equitable and just society and promoting national development. NEP 2020 education policy lays particular emphasis on the development of the creative potential of each individual. It is based on the principles that education must develop not only cognitive capacities, both the foundational capacities of literacy and numeracy and higher order cognitive capacities such as critical thinking and problem solving, but also social, ethical and emotional capacities and dispositions. In the school education, the National Policy 2020 stresses on the clear values and principles that education must develop not only the cognitive skills. The main features of NEP 2020: liberalizations, privatization, globalization. Thank you.
Everyone, today I am going to introduce you about the National Education Policy 2020. The National Education Policy 2020 is a policy that aims to transform India's education system to the needs of 21st century. It was introduced in 2020 to replace the 1986 National Policy on Education. The NEP 2020 is based on the following principles: access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. There are the foundation pillars of the NEP 2020: holistic, flexible, and multidisciplinary education. The NEP 2020 aims to make education more suited to the needs of 21st century. Development of creative potential. The NEP 2020 emphasizes the development of each individual's creative potential. Development of cognitive, social, ethical, and emotional abilities. The NEP 2020 aims to develop cognitive capabilities like critical thinking and problem solving, as well as social and emotional skills. Importance of indigenous knowledge. The NEP 2020 emphasizes the importance of India's nascent knowledge tradition.
Hello everyone, today I will present 2 lines on NEP on the occasion of World Education. NEP stands for National Education Policy. The NEP is a government initiative in India that aims to reform the country education system. The NEP 2020 is the first education policy of the 21st century and repeats the 1986 National Policy on Education. NEP aims to ensure that every child in India has access to education from preschool to secondary level. Formulate national goals, promoting formulate post-graduate development by encouraging a broad-based education. The NEP 2020 introduced reforms such as compulsory schooling from age 3 to 18 years, including the pre-schooling from children aged 3 to 6. Shift from 10 plus 2 to 5 plus 2 3 plus 4. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself is Manu Kaushik. Today I am here to speak on the NEP, the National Education Policy. The National Education Policy was framed in 1986 by modified in 1992. The system service changes have taken the place and call of revision of the policy. The NEP is the first education policy of 21st century, replaced the 24-year of the old National Policy of Education in 1986, but built on the foundation pillar as equality, accountability, affordability, and the policy of alignment between 2030 agenda of the sustainable development and the aim of transforming India. School early childhood education, like NEP, is the emphasized important the early childhood education here, noting the 85% childhood brain development. Higher education of NEP 2020 focus on the higher education institute like college, institute, education of all. The NEP 2020 provide a universal access to the quality education for the children to age 3 to 18. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Today I want to tell about the National Education Policy. The Union Cabinet approved the National Education Policy in July 2020. This policy will usher in sweeping change to the education policy of the country, including a renaming of the Minister of Human Resource Development as the Education Minister. First, it aims at making India a global knowledge superpower. Second, the Cabinet has also approved the renaming of the Minister of Human Resource Development to the Ministry of Education. Third, the new education policy cleared by the Cabinet is only the third major event of the framework of education in India since independence. Fourth, the 2 earlier education policies were drawn in 1968 and 1986. The Ministry of Human Resource Development forced a committee chaired by Dr. K. Kasturian for preparing the National Education Policy the committee in June 2017. The committee submitted its report on May 31, 2019. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Gaurav. Today I am taking my few ideas about NEP, National Education Policy 2020. There are some points which I am telling you. First point, NEP helping students to grow in all areas, not just academics. Second, make sure that every child gets a good education, no matter where they came from. Third point, letting students choose what they want, not to learn and explore different subjects. Fourth, making schools and teaching better to give students a great education. Fifth, using technology to making learning easier and more fun. Sixth, supporting teachers so they can teach better. Seventh, celebrating India's different languages and making sure students can speak their own language. And my last point is encouraging new ideas and research to make education even better. Thank you.
Today I am talking about new education policy. The Indian government's new education policy is referred to as NEP. It was last modified in 1990 after being drafted in 1986. The new national education policy is based on the pillars of accessibility, quality, affordability, and accountability. It aims to make both school and college education more holistic, multidisciplinary, and flexible, which aligns with the 2020 agenda for sustainable development. In schools education, the National Education Policy 2020 stresses on the core values and principles that education must develop, not only the skills, that is both foundational skills of literacy and higher order skills such as critical thinking and problem solving, but also social and emotional skills, also referred to as soft skills. Thank you.